Hi, welcome to the quiz. You can answer along on quizalto.com, all for free. The exact URL of this quiz will be in the notes down below. Let's get started. Good luck. What service does AWS IoT Core primarily provide? Virtual machine hosting, cloud storage, blockchain services, device communication and management. AWS IoT Core is designed to help connect IoT devices to the cloud and manage communication between them. In AWS IoT Core, what is a thing group? A collection of multiple things. A type of virtual machine. A data processing unit. A storage bucket. A thing group is a collection of multiple things, useful for managing devices collectively. What is the role of AWS IoT Core in managing IoT security? It provides virtual desktops. It provides authentication and authorization for devices. It hosts websites. It offers cloud storage. AWS IoT Core manages IoT security by providing authentication and authorization for devices. What is the function of AWS IoT events? To manage virtual machines. To create user accounts. To detect and respond to events from IoT sensors. To store data. AWS IoT Events detects and responds to events from IoT sensors, triggering actions based on predefined conditions. How does AWS IoT Core handle device state information? With CloudFront distributions. Using EC2 instances. Using AWS Lambda. Through device shadows. Device shadows in AWS IoT Core store and retrieve device state information. What is the AWS IoT Fleet Hub used for? To store data. To manage virtual machines. To visualize and manage IoT device fleets. To analyze user behavior. AWS IoT Fleet Hub is used for visualizing and managing fleets of IoT devices. In AWS IoT Core, what is the purpose of a certificate? To create virtual machines. To store data. To analyze data. To authenticate and secure device communication. Certificates are used to authenticate and secure communication between devices and AWS IoT Core. What is a typical use case for AWS IoT Core? Remote monitoring of industrial equipment. Hosting a website. Performing complex financial calculations. Running a virtual desktop. AWS IoT Core is often used for remote monitoring of industrial equipment and other IoT devices. What AWS IoT Core feature is used for managing device identities? Device shadow. Thing registry. Device gateway. Message broker. The Thing Registry manages the identities and metadata of IoT devices in AWS IoT Core. What is the purpose of AWS IoT Core's thing types? To manage user permissions. To define common characteristics for things. To create virtual machines. To store files. Thing types define common characteristics for things, simplifying management. What type of data is typically processed by AWS IoT Core? Sensor data from connected devices. Email messages. Social media posts. Financial transactions. AWS IoT Core processes sensor data and other data from connected IoT devices. How does AWS IoT Core integrate with machine learning? By creating virtual machines. By managing IAM roles. By storing data in S3. By using AWS IoT Analytics and AWS SageMaker. AWS IoT Core integrates with AWS IoT Analytics and AWS SageMaker for machine learning applications. What AWS service is often used to trigger actions in response to IoT data? AWS Batch. AWS Lambda. Amazon Macie. Amazon Glacier. AWS Lambda can be triggered to perform actions in response to IoT data processed by AWS IoT Core. How does AWS IoT Core help in device management? By storing data in S3. By managing IAM users. By providing device registry, device shadows, and jobs. By deploying EC2 instances. AWS IoT Core aids in device management with its registry, shadows, and jobs features. What is the benefit of using device shadows in AWS IoT Core? They provide additional storage. They improve virtual machine performance. They enhance data encryption. They allow for state synchronization and control of devices. Device shadows enable state synchronization and remote control of IoT devices. How does AWS IoT Core ensure secure communication between devices? By using TLS/SSL protocols. By relying on client-side encryption. By using unencrypted HTTP. By using FTP. AWS IoT Core ensures secure communication using TLS/SSL protocols. How does AWS IoT Core integrate with AWS Lambda? It triggers AWS Lambda functions based on rules. It deploys Lambda functions. It monitors Lambda executions. It stores Lambda functions. AWS IoT Core can trigger AWS Lambda functions based on the evaluation of rules. What is the purpose of IoT policies in AWS IoT Core? To control access to IoT resources. To run applications. To analyze data. To manage cloud storage. IoT policies control access to IoT resources, specifying who can do what. Which AWS service is commonly integrated with AWS IoT Core for data storage? Amazon Athena, Amazon EC2, Amazon S3, Amazon Rekognition. Amazon S3 is commonly used for storing data generated by IoT devices connected to AWS IoT Core. Which AWS service can be used with AWS IoT Core for real-time data analytics? Amazon Macie, Amazon Kinesis, AWS Batch, Amazon Glacier. Amazon Kinesis can be integrated with AWS IoT Core for real-time data analytics. How does AWS IoT Core support remote device management? By managing user accounts. By running financial calculations. By storing large datasets. Through features like Device Jobs and Fleet Hub. AWS IoT Core supports remote device management with features like Device Jobs and Fleet Hub. What is the purpose of AWS IoT Core security policies? To create machine learning models. To run virtual desktops. To define who can access IoT resources and what actions they can perform. To store IoT data. Security policies in AWS IoT Core define access permissions for IoT resources. What is a key benefit of using AWS IoT Core for IoT projects? Limited protocol support. High-cost setup. Scalability and ease of device management. Complex integration. AWS IoT Core offers scalability and simplifies device management, making it ideal for IoT projects. How does AWS IoT Core support edge computing? By encrypting data. By providing cloud storage. By integrating with AWS Greengrass. By managing virtual desktops. AWS IoT Core integrates with AWS Greengrass to support edge computing, enabling local data processing. What is the function of AWS IoT Core's message broker? To perform data analytics. To manage user accounts. To transmit messages between devices and the cloud. To store large datasets. The message broker transmits messages between connected devices and the AWS cloud. And that's a wrap. Thanks to everyone who participated. Remember, you can answer along on quizalto.com, where you can keep track of your progress and find much more quizzes. We hope you had a fun and challenging time. Until next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more. Hit the bell icon to be notified as soon as we upload. Please leave a comment if you have any thoughts or suggestions, and, if you think this video is worth sharing with someone who could benefit from it, please forward a link to them. See you next time. Thanks for watching.